What up, guys? We are here, episode 12 with the Perez Team. I cannot believe we are here with episode 12.
Is it episode 12?
Man, it's happening.
I watched every episode, I swear.
Hey, he's a fan. He's a fan.
I can tell you he was on what episode. Let me know.
BarberLife PodCast. So the Perez Team. So what is you guys' names and what's your age?
I'm Carmel Perez. I'm 51 years old, and I've been doing home loans for 4 years, but finance for probably about 10 years. Finance.
So what do you finance? Everything, autos.
I did auto finance. I've been in the sales game for probably 3 decades.
Wow.
So, but I've been doing sales for 3 decades. I've been doing auto finance. I did auto finance. I started with that back in 2014, and moved to home loans in 2020, right when the pandemic hit. Wow. So I've been doing all types of finance for the last 10 years, but sales completely for 3 decades.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a long time. So
that's impressive. Really, you got to give it up to the guy. 3 decades. Come on. Hey, that's a lot of hard work and dedication to the industry, you know?
Yeah.
So you got your partner here?
I've got my boy here. I'll let him introduce himself.
What's going on, guys? My name is Christian Enriquez. So I'm a lender as well as Carmel, but I work in the Valley area. So I am up here in the Tri-Cities, but not as much as I wish to be up here. But, still putting it down a little there in the Valley and then coming up here whenever I got business. I've been in lending for about 2 years, coming in up on my 3rd year. And, and it's been a crazy, hectic learning experience because I'm green. I was straight up green to this whole industry thing. And it's just it's taught me a lot. It's taught me to be on my, radar all day, just trying to help out as much people as I can. Because that's all it is, just helping out people at the end of the day, trying to get them into that home.
The crazy part is that I've been doing lending for 10 years. This guy's been doing lending for 2 years, and he's 10 times more intelligent than me when it comes to doing home loans. He's an absolute genius. I'm not a book person. This is a book smart person. I'm more street.
He's also bilingual too, just like you, right?
We're both bilingual. Hablamos español. Sí hacemos tratos y préstamos en español. But this guy is, like I said, 10 times smarter than me when it comes to home loans, when it comes to really anything. I'm more of like I said, I was street smart. I learned from the streets. This guy is a book smart person when it comes to rules, when it comes to regulations, when it comes to guidelines.
Really? Yeah. So like back then, you growing up, were you like a good student in school? Like, were you good at math and all those things?
Math's probably one.
See, that's crazy, right?
So the one thing about
you would think you would. You think you would.
The one thing I really stress about school. I mean, school is easy. I mean, anybody could graduate, do their thing. But for me, it was just boring. My mind couldn't stay focused on one thing. I was always doodling, doing anything else, but understanding what the class was, what was happening.
You're looking at the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers sometimes, but most of the time, I mean, I was either not in school or I was, cast out of school. For those that know, suspension, stuff like that. So I wasn't really a school person. I did graduate and everything, got my GED, whatever. Not my GED, but my diploma. But it was just just different, man.
And you can't tell because the kid is a genius.
Wow.
I guess he could have done it. He completely focused when we brought him on board. He started with the books.
Because did you go to college or anything like that?
College experience.
Wow.
So that's a pretty cool thing about lending too. I mean, you don't have to have a college experience.
That's good to know right there.
Put in that work, man. Put in that work. Put in that hustle. Put in that grind. Learn a lot. I mean, learn a lot. And
so is there books you got to read?
Books you got to read. You got to go through this whole, 20-hour course, and you got to take a federal test too and stuff like that. So you have
That's the hardest thing in the world.
They're pretty hard.
That test is hard.
I'm not gonna be lying over here and stuff like that, but it took me 3 times to actually get that.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, some it comes easy to me. It took me 3 times, but
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who has taken that they actually passed on the first time.
Yeah, it's pretty. It gets pretty tough, man. But other than that, I'm saying, just putting all your effort into doing something and just doing it.
So the kid knows what he's doing.
He found passion into it.
He's very passionate about it. Yeah, passionate about it. The crazy thing about this one is this one right now is started. He delved into the first time home buyers classes in Spanish. So
That's
now he's
what
coming
I'm
out.
trying to do right now. First time home buyer right here. So you're looking
So
at
this guy is our first time homebuyer specialist. He does all the Spanish classes. He
in
partnered with a real
español.
estate agent. Yeah, no, he's doing really well with that. You know, he's had how many classes already?
It's already been like 5 classes, I think. 3 in Spanish and 3 in English, 2 in Spanish, and we're going on April 20th over here in Pasco. We're going to be doing another one. It's going to be pure Spanish because I know the Latino community, Hispanic community needs that. You know, because I feel like they need to learn. They need to learn what's going on, what they can benefit from, you know, and how they could get a home with putting like, a little bit of money down. So that's what I'm here for. I mean, I'm trying to save people money.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's always a good part too.
Yeah,
You know?
it's awesome.
Point
But anyway,
chances-
so we've got a team of well, there's nine there's about 9 LOs in our office right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy. We've got loan managers, loan processors, people that help us. Like we typically, what we do is we take an application, walk people through the process, what it's like.
But what are some of the requirements? Like, let's say I wanted to get one. Like, do I need like a 650 credit above, or do I need a 600? Like,
it's different
'cause
for
a lot of
different
people-
programs.
right.
It's different. So people can buy a home, like even if you have an under 600 credits.
you guys hear that? If you need a home and you're under 600,
You know,
hit up, the Perez team. They
so
take
really,
care of you.
I tell people that the biggest thing that we like to talk about is like the do's and don'ts.
Right.
You know, we tell people because we get a lot of people who are self-employed. Barbers, for an
Right.
example, barbers are self-employed,
Right.
right? Are you a W-2 employee? No,
No.
you're a 1099.
Yeah.
Like you work for yourself. So we tell people all the time, like, and who? I mean, let's be honest. Who wants to pay taxes? Raise your
Nobody.
hand.
Nobody.
Raise your hand. You want to pay taxes? Nobody wants to pay taxes. But you know what? You still have to show that you have some income. So you know, and I'll tell you, I've had people who said, oh, you know, I made $250,000 last year, and I'm like looking at their taxes, but you wrote off your calzones. You wrote off all the food that you bought, the truck, the gas, your wife's, you know, whatever.
So what are they supposed to do though? Like they're not supposed to write off too many things.
No,
Just be careful what you write off.
Yeah, be careful what you write off.
Right.
Because there are certain things that we can write back into.
Tengan cuidado cuando hacen los taxes. Ah.
Why though?
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Well, because there's some things that we can add back and some things that we can't.
Right.
You know, like if you say, well, I'm buying supplies, or I'm buying, you know, I'm paying for my gas, I'm paying for my truck, I'm paying for my, you know, cuando es un donación, like you can say, hey, I'm going to donate,
Right.
you know, $20,000 to the American Red Cross or whatever. That's something we can write that. It's a donation. We can write that. I'm going to donate to Goodwill. Hey, that's something that we can write back into.
So every time, let's say I want to donate, it's over $1,000 or it's under $1,000. What do you guys think it should be a tax write-off? Like, what do you guys like?
Listen, we're not tax accountants,
Right.
so I can't.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what would you think, like,
we can't
you know,
say, no.
because I know people are wondering,
what I
you know,
tell
like
people is
what's a write-off and what can be a write-off, what cannot be a write-off. You know what I
everything
mean?
can be a write-off.
Right.
Again,
But then
that
you're
has nothing to
saying
do with
not to
tax.
write off everything.
No,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
But I'm
So-
saying write off the right things. You know, write off the
Right.
right
That's
things.
why we're trying
But
to
don't
get
sit
people.
there, but don't sit there and I'm saying pay your taxes.
Right.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
people
pay
are
your
not trying to
taxes.
pay too much taxes.
I understand that, but what
So-
I'm saying is get yourself a good accountant. Yeah, I have a friend, a great friend. Her name
Escamilla?
is Diana Escamilla.
That's,
Escamilla Company.
that's my lady right
She
there.
knows that's your girl too.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
knows what she's doing. She has helped me for the last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, I've been with her
You know
for
what
like
I'm
4
saying?
years. So
Absolutely. And so when I have a client
she's really
who's trying to do a
professional.
home loan, I say, listen, oh, it's tax time. Here's their card. Go.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing, and you tell her what you're trying to accomplish, and
Right.
she will help you accomplish that. You know, you may have to pay some taxes. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You made $250,000. You're only paying $2,000-$3,000 in taxes. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
That's nothing.
Like it's
Yeah, it's
nothing
nothing,
compared. Yeah, don't you know?
Like
So
2%,
Diana
3%.
Escamilla knows what she's doing. So like I said, Escamilla Company. She's over on Plaza Way.
Shout out.
You guys go talk to her. But again, like we're not tax accountants. We just tell people do your taxes the right way. I understand. Entendemos que nadie quiere pagar taxes. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to pay your fair share. You have to do what you got to do to make sure that you qualify for what you want to qualify for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, anyways,
No, that's great. So,
Yeah.
like, what are some of the challenges, like, where someone applies, like, or what, like, have you ever had like a bad experience or crazy? What's the craziest experience you ever had trying to get someone a loan or
Well, let me
is
tell
there
you.
anything
So
something
here's the
crazy?
craziest part. Like
I know you
we'll
guys
have
got
people,
stories.
believe it or not. So the big thing with us is education.
Right.
Like, you have to be educated when it comes to purchasing a home. So
Boy,
we-
edúquense. Hay que saber todo porque luego nos roban el dinero y luego estamos llorando.
Absolutely.
Hay
So
que.
I've approved somebody and said, hey, you're approved for $450,000.
Right.
Go look for a house. Y entre cuando están buscando una casa o entre medio del contrato, vayan y compran un carro.
So they go and do that
They go buy a car
with
or
that.
a truck.
Open up a credit line. You know
Or
what I'm saying?
their payments are $1,200.
That's the worst part about it.
Yeah. So I tell people all the time when I approve you, I'm approving you, and these are the stipulations. You don't open any more credit. You don't do this. You continue making the exact same amount that you're making. Don't make less money. Don't. Hey, well now I'm only working 32 hours instead of 40 hours. That changes everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything changes. You go and buy a brand new truck or buy a brand new car or I've had people that were a week from closing and they go and buy furniture and they spent $6,000 they got a loan now for furniture and now their payments are $300 a month for furniture for their new house.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're freaking out.
You may not qualify now.
Right.
Because your debt to income was at, X amount of percentage and now that just put you over and they pulled your credit at the end. So now you don't qualify for the home.
Oh, so you want to get the home loan first and then you go.
Afterwards,
Right afterwards.
Yeah.
Después que agarras la casa es cuando te compras la
Maybe you
troca.
can afford it too,
Exactly. But you want, once you get approved based on your income, based on your current debt, and if you incur any more debt, your approval changes. So, and that's what happens. So, but I've had that happen. I've had people get married, and take on a wife, and you were approved by yourself. Now you have her debt. You're getting a loan, and now you have her debt, and she's not even and she's got $20,000
in debt.
in debt.
That's crazy.
$1,500. Now you're responsible for your wife's debt because this is a community property state.
Yeah.
Right.
This is Washington State.
Their problems becomes your problems.
That girl's problems and now your problems. You know what I'm saying? Her debt is now your debt.
Right.
So now you don't qualify. Where you thought you qualified for $500,000, now you're at $250,000. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I want to give quick shout out to Picante restaurant down the street, like three blocks away.
I'm dying for that food.
We got some birria tacos right here and a burrito right here for Mr. Carmel Perez.
I've been dying for this food. Can I tell you a little story really quick?
Yeah, go ahead. And we got a chicken wrap. Shout out to Picante.
Chicken wrap?
My boy right here, chicken wrap. We got enchiladas. We got birria tacos. Yep. We got all kinds of salsas right there.
What's the hottest one?
The one on the top.
Is it really? He said the one on the top. So I've been trying to get this food for I'm not joking, for months.
Hey, he was in line. You were in line.
My sister called me, and she's like, get over to Picante. It's over here on Benton or whatever. She said, and I said, okay, let me go over there. So I went to Picante. My sister was sitting there on a table for 5 people. It was a table 6, and I took me and my boy, and we were down there, and we were trying to get. And I said, hey, well, we'll just sit right here at the little bar by the window. And a girl comes up to us, and she goes, you can't sit there. And I go, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I said, well, why not? And she says, well, because there's a waiting list.
Yeah.
She said, there's a waiting list, and there's people outside in their cars waiting. And I go, okay, well, no big deal. I said, well, we'll come back another time or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So we left, and my sister called me. She goes, there's still nobody sitting at the table. At that table at the window.
No.
There's still nobody. They're
watching.
And then my sister was watching. She's crazy. My sister's crazy.
They're lurking.
My sister Laura goes, she goes, well, we were sat there the whole time. She goes, nobody ever showed up to sit at that table where you were going to sit. I go, you're lying.
They were trolling on you.
No, what happened was they were just so busy that they just couldn't handle the volume of people that were inside the restaurant already.
They were overworked.
Yeah, so they were working. So I kept telling my sister was like, well, go back. And I was like, no, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I don't screw that. And I've been hearing a lot of good things about this This
Yeah, so
this
after
place.
like 3-4 months, they got rated number one restaurant in Tri Cities.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
The number one restaurant?
after they got an award and everything. So right here I got the enchiladas with the green sauce, and then I got mole enchiladas. So
What am I
you guys
eating?
like
John?
mole?
What
We
is this, Johnny?
got a burrito. We got the birria. We got the
Is that,
birria
I got one of
taco.
those, Eli.
I think you got 2 of those. And then you got the burrito, and then we got the chicken wrap. Fire right there. You know, you guys be eating chicken wraps and at Taco Bell?
No.
That's done better.
I don't do that anymore. But I've been trying to get this food, I swear. I mean,
It's still warm.
I saw one of their
You guys notice
commercials, and they had a burrito
fire,
and it was cut, and I was like, oh, that burrito looks so good. I've been wanting this. It's really good, actually.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
Yeah, no, and then they have the dipping sauce too, where you can dip it in there too.
Wow.
You guys ever want some great food? Picante down the street
So,
from BarberLife Studio.
question: do they still have the truck?
No, they sold it
So they sold the truck. Now they just have the actual brick and mortar place right here on. Is it on Benton or what street is it on?
right there, next to Key Bank,
Yeah,
right
it's
across the street from Key Bank.
Right across the street from Key Bank. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Like 1 out of 10, what do you guys rate it?
Dude, this is a 10. The burrito's a 10. I haven't had the quesadilla
The
yet.
sazon is good, huh? The flavor, it's there, huh?
I saw the other day that you guys were, I don't know, I think it was Stacks. And you guys had some giant tacos or monster tacos, or what were they?
I don't think that was us. I don't know. I've been to Stacks lately, but
Trust me. It was. I was like looking at that and I'm like, but he's probably going to edit this out already. No, we don't say Stacks. But I'm telling you, I've known the owner of Stacks for years, but this is really, really good. I've been dying for this.
It's super good.
I really have.
I got the dipping sauce too if you want some. Yeah, it's fire. They got really.
Some salsa? You want some?
Yeah. I got more right there. He said really never. Good. That's a true Mexican right there.
Hey.
When you say never, that's a true Mexican, right?
That's true.
He said that's
so
true.
I know that I've watched all. Really, Johnny, I've seen all of your podcasts.
Hey,
sitting there.
Shout out to Karma right now. This is a real one right here for checking out all the podcasts, man.
The other day,
me and Life is members, we were waiting for this moment because we knew it would come, huh? Remember I told you? I told him, I was like, bro, I'll tell you, the right person's gonna come. We're gonna check them all out. They're gonna show love.
I saw,
and it's all gonna make sense. And here we are now.
It's MMA, right? So when I saw your fight, I did. I'm not sure. Were you episode 3? Okay.
He's locked in. Come on.
I swear.
We're gonna get some merch. We gotta get you some merch.
I saw I saw what was going on. I saw that I'm watching the episodes and I'm seeing the young 19-year-old girl who, graduated, from high school with a 4.0, with her skin care company. And she's like,
massages, yeah.
Yeah, and a back facial. I'm like, how do you call it a facial when it's on your back? That's not your face, I don't know how she does that, but whatever. Like, props to her. Her story was amazing. Her dad with cancer, and it was an amazing story. And I was like looking at it, oh my God, and I'm like, she is inspiring even to me,
bro. She's
an inspiring person to me. She's 19 years old. If I would have done at 19 what that girl is doing, I wouldn't be here right now. I would be like way up here. You know what I mean? She is on her way. That little girl is on her way.
Oh yeah.
She knows what she's doing and she's amazing. I immediately turned into a fan. I see people like Eli Cash, and I saw that, and I switched over to your producer's YouTube videos, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's good.
He's been working.
He's good. No, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So when I caught you in the gym, I all fangirled out. I was tripping.
Yeah, I didn't know you made music.
No, I was like, I wasn't trying to keep you from your routine or whatever, but I was just like, wow, I was in shock. And I was in awe about what you guys were doing. So I see it's not just about, the barbers and stuff like that.
There's so much more.
The little 14-year-old, 13-year-old boy cutting hair or whatever. I saw the girl. I saw Eli. I saw, that's what I see. You know what I'm saying? So I see if you're going to help an MMA person, somebody sees that, or somebody sees, a future rapper, somebody sees a little white boy, a little Eminem, You know, those
Exactly.
15
Those are
year old
exactly what we're
kiddos,
trying to bring on here. You know, people
Yeah,
that got a story and that are ready to tell us so it can motivate other
And
people.
there's people like him that see the vision, you know, that
Exactly.
these young people
This
have,
right
you know what I'm
here,
saying?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
There's
Oh,
not
man.
much people that see the vision that we have, you know, like
Like honestly, yeah, exactly.
we
Like
all have our own vision that we want to accomplish, you know, and like he sees everything, you know.
Yeah,
He understands the vision.
I see it all, and I'll tell you what. I don't know about everybody else. I will tell you about my story and what got me here to where I'm at today. Is from a little boy, you know, my parents divorcing in Arizona, and me being raised literally
no
by
way.
my grandmother,
See, that's a story I don't
by
know.
my tia,
Wow.
by my best friend's parents. You know, it freaks me out. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to try not to cry.
If you need to,
But
go
this,
ahead.
no,
This
I'm
is-
going
this
to
is
tell
a-
you. I'm going
this
to
is a
try not
place.
to. But my parents divorced when I was a little boy. I was in the 6th grade. I moved up here to Washington State 6 months. I was down in Arizona 6 months. I would come back up here to Washington for 6 months, and I'd go down there for 6 months. But during the time that I was in Washington State, my father worked construction, and he was all over the state of Arizona, Nevada, working. And so there was times I was, you know, 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old, literally living on my own, in my own house, living, you know, my dad would come drop off groceries and spend a couple of days and then he'd bounce out to work.
Like basically feed yourself.
Feed yourself,
Figure
cook
it out.
yourself, get up in the morning, go to school, like do your own thing.
So you grew up early, pretty much.
And back then
Yeah.
there wasn't YouTube, so
No,
you couldn't go on
It wasn't
YouTube
like
and be
that.
like, hey,
Yeah. How do I make arroz
You see some
con
recipes
pollo?
real
you
quick.
know what I mean?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't
Wow.
like that. So I did
That's
that,
crazy.
but gratefully, my grandmother was, you know, 3 houses down. My tia Carolina and my tio Erasmo, God bless them. She would say, hey, you know, and I would walk across town. And the town was small. It was like Basin City, you know.
Wow.
And I would walk across this town and I would go to tia Carolina's house and she would feed me. I would spend the night. She'd wash my clothes. I would go to school the next morning. One of the biggest influence was one of my best friends' dad, Albino Cruz. That man, not my father, my best friend's parents. Albino would say, hey, well, you know, come over and eat. Even if I didn't ask, he would say, he
Wow.
knew my situation. He would come over and say, hey, well, you know, vente, háblale a Carmelo. Come, you know.
And is that something someone that you talk to still?
No, he passed away. He passed
sorry to
away
hear
about
that.
3 years ago, 3 years ago.
That was probably really hard
I
on
hadn't
you.
been home in probably, I don't know, 15 years. I had 20
Wow.
years. I hadn't been home. Then when his kids called me, my best friends called me, Iliana, Lucy, Junior, and Cesar called me and they said, hey, you know, our dad died. I knew I was following that situation. So I knew he had passed away. And I said, okay. I said, I'm on my way. Like I'm on my way, literally.
Wow.
I jumped in my car and I took off to Arizona. And I went down there, saw his wife, Luz Elena, and saw the kids, and was there for the funeral. You know, was there for the burial. Got to put him in the ground and stuff. But that man, I will tell you, that man made a huge difference. There's always been every step of the way. There's been a man or a woman or somebody going here. You know, let me lift you up to this spot. Here, let me lift you up to this spot. Here, let me lift you up to this spot.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've always had that person. But I will tell you that if Albino Cruz and Luciana Cruz had not been there for me during that time,
Shout
I
out to
wouldn't
them.
be where I'm at right now. My tia Carolina too, and my grandmother, my dad's mom. Those 4 people, that little triangle of a
yeah.
family. I wouldn't be
Kept
here
you
today.
together, yeah.
They pulled you out of
there's
that dark
always-
place you're
yeah,
in.
But there's always if you have somebody that will lift you up,
Use them like
ways, and they can't like this is as far as I can take you. Find somebody else that
Yeah.
will take you the rest of the way.
and just always
You know what
return
I'm
that
saying?
favor, right? You know what I mean? Once you get up there.
Okay, so that's like another part of this.
Yeah.
You always want to not return the favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Or do something for somebody. I have, and I don't even know. Like there's kids. I'm going to tell you. This is the honest to God truth. There are kids in this town. There are kids in Moses Lake whose parents I grew up with that call me Tío Carmel. White kids, black kids, Mexicanos, they're not my children. They're not my blood. Their parents aren't related to me, but they call me Tío Carmel. And the other day,
love.
no, I'm not joking. I got a phone call that said, hey, Tío, where are you? And I said, I'm home. They said, oh, well, we're here in town. I want to see you. I want to talk to you. I got something for you. And I went over there and met up with the kid. I'm not going to say his name, but he handed me a little bag, and it had a coffee cup in it, and it had a water bottle because he saw that I'd been at the gym.
Yeah.
So he had a water bottle, and he had a little book, like a little notepad, and a coffee card at my favorite coffee place.
Wow.
He had a coffee card for $50, and I said, okay, well, Mijo, can I take this home? I opened everything right there in front of him, but I didn't open the book. I didn't open the little notebook. But when I got home, I go, gosh,
and that's what made you cry right there. Come on, how did you?
No, it did. I'm going to read it right now.
Let's go. Come on.
I'm going to read it right now.
I like that.
So it said, he said to my, I opened it up at home. I did. I was like, it said to my biggest supporter and number one role model, Hi Tío Carmel. I just want to say thank you. Can you hold this, Christian? Thank you. Thank you for the referrals, for the support, words of wisdom, and helping me to become a better me. You are someone I strive to be like.
Wow.
You have an unmatched presence everywhere you go, and you know how to make everyone love you. When it comes to business, no one can do what you do. I try and take everything you tell me and learn from it. I appreciate all you've done for me to help me push me further, no matter what it is. Love you, Tío Carmel. And then obviously his name and stuff right below that. But to me, that is
the biggest pay.
That's it. Like that's the biggest pay right there.
And you know what you're doing? You're doing what your Tío did for you. Now you're the Tío.
My best friend, yeah.
You feel
my
me?
best friend.
Yeah, you became that.
That's what you want to do.
And that's what they gave you.
Why wouldn't you help somebody else?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing for me. Like I have little.
You guys hear that? If someone helps you, you help someone else.
Hey,
Let's go. Shout out to Picante, man. He wants the burrito back. He wants his burrito back. He's going back to Picante. Come on. Let's go.
I swear, I have little kids on Facebook. One of them said, oh, Tío Carmel. Hey, Tío Carmel, thank you. And another one chimes in, that's not your Tío Carmel. That's my Tío Carmel.
And these kids, eventually they're going to grow up and they're going to get you. They're not going to go nowhere else. They're going to want to get a house loan from you. They're going to want to get a business loan from you.
They absolutely will.
You are everything to them.
That's not,
that's not what you want.
No, that's not my concern. My concern is that these people grow up. These kids grow up with
opportunities,
the same influence that I had, the same chances that I had.
And even more.
It's
because every time
people laugh because
there's so much more.
Well, my first job was in the cotton fields, and it was.
And that's what makes you.
Cotton fields. And I know that. Like I'm humble. I realize this is where I grew up. I'm not going to forget that. I'm not going to forget my people back in Arizona. I'm not going to forget the man who helped bring me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to forget that. But I'm in turn, I'm going to turn around and help these younger kids and make sure that they push themselves.
Exactly. That's what makes you go home fulfill. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like when you laying down in your bed and you're thinking like, how many people did I motivate today?
Did I help somebody?
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about how much money do I have in my closet that's in my pocket. Like, who cares? Exactly.
How many people did I help today?
And that's the thing.
These guys, I'm like, he who helps the most people wins. Yeah. I tell these guys all the time, he who helps the most people wins. That's it. That's really it.
And it's a lot of hard work that you guys do, because I know as barbers, entrepreneurs, he been doing the same thing. I've been doing the same thing. Eli Cash, just working, like sometimes you have an 8, and you know what I mean? But you're an entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur, you have your head, you're like, I got to grind. Yeah. When you're 9 to 5, from 12:30 to 12 to 1 or whatever, you got your lunch break. No one can touch you after your lunch break. But when you're an entrepreneur and and you move like the way you guys do,
Yeah.
it's a whole different
Well,
field,
and let me tell you something. It's not just like I
Gotta
said,
make it
helping
happen.
individuals, people. You have to be community involved.
Right.
If you're not community involved,
You're gonna run out of gas eventually.
Yeah, but not
because there's
just that. Like if you help the community where you live, that community will
helps
help you back,
right? Yeah,
you know.
and you don't expect that back. You don't want that back. You just do it out of love, and it comes right back.
No, it comes right back. You
Right.
know, I started with the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce as an ambassador in 2000 and I want to say 2012. You know, something like that. But became an ambassador for the Tri-City Regional Chamber of Commerce, and started stepping up and doing the things that they required of you or whatever. You know, and then jumped on the board of directors for the American Red Cross here in our region, which the American Red Cross, if you're not, if you want to get involved with an organization, check out the American Red Cross here. It's right here in Kennewick on Deschutes. Amazing organization, though. And then jumped on the board with the Support Advocacy and Resource Center. It used to be called the Sexual Assault Response Center. So it's SARC. I jumped on that board and stuff. Just recently joined the CBC Foundation to try to help them with their organization.
My daughter's mom works for CBC.
Yeah.
So.
But little things like that, like you want to try to elevate your community. Your community literally will elevate you. While you're doing that for them or trying to help them, they will help you, unbeknownst to them. But they do. It does. It helps.
No, it's so rewarding. At the end of the day, like the messages you've been getting, like. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you see everybody win, and that's what I want. You know what I mean? And if that's what you want, you're always gonna win no matter what. You know what I mean?
And I was watching a couple of your episodes. I'm not gonna say which episode, but they were like, they're conflicting. There's some people that will be like, well, we have to take baby steps, and there's some people that are like,
all in.
Like, like I'm not about the baby steps. Like if you want to do something, jump in. And I was telling you that the other day.
Yeah.
At the gym. What do you remember what I told you?
Mm-hmm.
I said to Eli, I said, like, why are you cutting hair? No offense. I don't know how you cut hair. Yeah. But I know how you rap.
He does a great job.
I know how you are as an artist. You know what I'm saying? I go, what are you doing cutting hair? Like, why are you not rapping full time? Right. This guy's a fucking genius. And I'll say fucking, but I
shout out to you like Cash. Come on.
Edit that out, but he's like a fucking genius.
No, yeah, we need that. Yeah.
Your producer is good at what he does. What are you doing here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid. Take the jump. Don't take the baby steps. Take the jump. Jump.
Yeah. Go. And I think that's where he's at too. I think he's got a you know what I mean? Because you had a couple shows,
you're on the edge, man. I'll fucking push you off.
I've had a lot of shows too before.
Push you right off.
Yeah, he's done a lot of shows.
Shout out to my boy right here, Ray.
Hey.
Honestly, he's helped me a lot. Like, he's pushed me so much because I was on the verge of quitting. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a rapper no more. I'm going to focus on my barber career. I want to just grind out on my barber career. He's like, no, you got the talent, bro. I know. I see the vision in you. I know you got what it takes. I want to help you get further in this industry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him a lot.
So what's your next step? Like, I just want to know. I know we're not talking about loans.
He's got a video coming up too, a song that he just made.
I got a video I'm working on.
I'm going to
Spanish.
Right?
In Spanish.
You going to Alki?
Yeah, I'm going to Seattle. Yeah,
you're going to Alki?
Yeah. Of course I can.
Come on,
I'll be there. Like you said, I'll be there for sure. I mean, the music videos, you shoot a lot of different scenes, and then you put it all, mash it up together. So I'm going to be most likely in downtown Seattle. I'll be in Alki. I'm going to check it out, see what good background, I could use in the videos and stuff like that.
You'll love it.
So, yeah.
Right at sundown.
Yeah.
Right at sundown.
Exactly, yeah.
You'll love it. But it's good. But I was telling you, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, don't take those baby steps. Like, take the jump. Take the leap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Leave everything.
And that's what you guys are helping people make. Is that loan, with that big.
Absolutely. No, you're absolutely
right. You're that guy that makes people not want to be scared, right?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's not tough to do. But I like meeting.
But you give those people confidence to not be scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm a first-time home buyer, and I'm looking into that right now. And I actually just had my meeting this morning at 12. And I was just so busy, I moved it around, but made it happen. But
and if you can't, we tell people all the time, if you can't buy a house today, Can we set you up for 6 months from now? Can
You
we
guys
set
hear
up for
that?
12 months?
Plan it out. Plan it out. It's
Yeah.
still there.
You may not be able to buy today, but what about 6 months from now? What if we can help you from 3 months from now? You have a low credit score.
What are the things that
We
you're
can pick your
doing?
credit score up in
Exactly.
2 weeks.
Grind for it, you know.
Yeah.
So that's something you guys do. You guys give people
Yeah,
like.
you want to talk about that credit?
So like, let's say I called
Stuff.
you and my
I'm
credit.
gonna work on this chile over here. Oh my god.
No, you're good. You're good.
Too late.
No worries.
Did you get that on camera?
No,
I hope not.
We'll edit it out. So like, let's say I was a first-time home buyer and my credit is at 400, and I call you, and then you're like, bro, your credit, I need you to get it up
Bro,
to like 600.
bro, your credit's up.
What are the things? ¿Qué es lo, si mi crédito está a 400 ahorita o 500, ¿qué es lo que yo necesito hacer? ¿Qué me recomiendas para yo poder subir mi crédito
Pues lo primero,
y comprar una casa?
hay que decir, si están chequeando su crédito como en Credit Karma,
Ugh.
Credit Karma, any apps like that, es diferente de lo que ellos están mirando de lo que nosotros estamos mirando. So, ellos están mirando su...
So, Credit Karma es algo que tú tienes,
So,
you trust it, y like es algo que le podemos decir al público, ok, váyanse a Credit Karma, pueden,
es
con
algo
confianza.
que nomás, no con confianza, pero al menos mirar un presupuesto de...
Pero es algo que
cómo-
le recomiendas o hay otra website que le recomiendas a ellos, porque hay mucha gente que no sabe qué website, qué buscar, nada, no saben nada, están en verde, ¿me entiendes? Acaban de llegar de México, pero tienen metas grandes, ¿verdad? Y quieren conectarte con ustedes, como ustedes.
Con eso, sí, hay que decir, si alguien viene de México, pues no tiene nada de crédito, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Porque no tiene un seguro o no ha pasado su número de I-10 para su seguro bueno. Pero honestamente, Credit Karma nomás es para agarrar un presupuesto de dónde están ahorita.
Ujú.
Hay que decir, si alguien tiene como un crédito de 400, ¿verdad?
Ujú.
Lo mejor es ir a hablar con Carmo o yo, honestamente, para ver su crédito en una manera donde estamos mirando todo, sus colecciones, sus judgments, todo lo que han tratado de agarrar como una tarjeta de crédito, cosas así, y podamos mirar a dónde están los problemas. So, Credit Karma nomás sirve para ver su numeraje y es todo. No te va a decir directamente.
Pero me han dicho que cuando checas tu crédito se baja.
Se bajan unos puntajes, pero eso...
¿Y qué cuánto? ¿Como
honestamente,
10 o...?
10 puntos, 15 puntos, 20 puntos. Honestamente no importa, porque
importa.
Lo que estamos haciendo es, vamos a ver a dónde están los problemas.
¿Dónde vamos a
¿verdad?
empezar?
Y luego vamos a subir ese crédito, chequearlo.
La gente que no se asuste cuando vayan a Credit Karma, porque yo soy unas personas que no
se
quiero
asustan.
ni siquiera, because I'm scared to go down and I'm already hurting. Pero ahorita, ahorita está mejor.
It's free. It doesn't hurt your credit score.
Oh, it doesn't bring it down.
That's what I'm saying.
Pero también hay
No
3 diferentes compañías
Sí.
que reportan el crédito.
Yeah.
Experian, TransUnion,
Equifax.
Equifax. Y también todos son diferentes. Equifax es uno de los más duros porque ellos reportan todo.
Hasta el calzón.
Todo. Yo tuve un problema una vez, 32 centavos. No,
Te lo
la
estaban
neta,
contando.
Equifax estaban reportando, yo fui a pagar un bill, lo pagué, me dijo la señora, hey, pues ya, lo pagaste todo, está bien. Pero ella faltó como unos, no sé, un día o algo, no sé lo que pasó. Pero me habían mandado, yo me había movido ya para acá, para Tri-Cities. Yo estaba en Moses Lake. En ese tiempo, 32 centavos el bill, yo nunca lo recibí. Lo reportaron.
Pero eso es absurdo, ¿no?
Equifax
Wow.
reportó, TransUnion no estaba en TransUnion. So el puntuaje de TransUnion está más alto que el Equifax, ¿verdad? So todo depende. La cosa es que una persona tiene que checar, no con nomás Credit Karma, porque yo digo que Credit Karma no sirve para nada. Una persona debe de checar con Christian,
entonces no vayan a Credit Karma, vayan con ustedes, con The
pueden
Perez
ir a
Team.
Credit Karma cuando ellos quieran, pero yo digo que no, ellos no reportan bien.
Pues,
En veces ellos reportan solo más
lentos. Son bien lentos para reportar.
No saben,
porque
pues.
es diferente. Es consumer credit versus lo que nosotros miramos cuando estás aplicando para un mortgage.
Ajá.
Entonces es bien diferente.
Entonces usted en otra website que les puede ayudar a chequear el crédito.
Agarra todo,
Ajá.
todo de todo.
Entonces, si quieren chequear su crédito, No es website. Si quieren chequear su crédito y no ir con Credit Karma, vayan con The Perez Team, ¿verdad?
A comenzar.
A comenzar, a ver dónde están
Exactly.
y ahí resumen pues
Exacto,
para agarrar su
exacto.
casa de sus sueños, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Wow.
Yeah. So, hay
So,
muchas diferentes cosas. Yo digo, nosotros tenemos un class que podemos enseñar a la gente cómo es posible comprar. This first time home buyer class que Christian va a tener abril.
es lo que quería hablar. Abril 20, April 20th. ¿Tienes una clase?
El número de teléfono para hablar es
509-781-1846 o también me pueden mensajear en correo electrónico a christian.enriquez@summitfunding.net.
@ summitfunding.net.
Y ahí lo vamos a poner ahí en la screen para que ustedes, si necesitan tomar una foto o algo, para que no se lo pierdan, porque va a ser una buena clase, ¿verdad? ¿Y va a ser gratis o no?
Gratis.
Gratis.
Para ustedes.
¿Cuántas horas?
Van a
En
ser
español.
5 horas en español.
¿A qué horas?
De las 9 a las 2.
9 de la mañana a las 2 de la tarde.
5 horas, eso es mucha información.
Sí, es mucha información, sí es.
Wow.
Le vamos a dar la dirección y todo eso para que ellos tengan y puedan, pues.
¿Y qué es las cosas que les vas a enseñar a toda la gente? Va a ser en español, por eso estamos hablando español.
Pues todo lo que es el principio de un préstamo, también lo que pueden agarrar del estado de Washington y también en sus áreas, pues en Kennewick, Tri-Cities, Pasco, hay diferentes programas también que ellos pueden dar. Y un poco de dinero que pueden agarrar ustedes, que a lo mejor no les va a costar nada y también, como les digo, ayudarles con el dinero de entre, que muchos pues, tienen mucha dificultad a veces, y también cómo ayudarles a conseguir unos créditos del vendedor también y cómo funcionan las cosas. Pues.
Pero hay un programa que tiene el estado de Washington en donde una persona, ellos te prestan el entre en 0 interés por 30 años.
Yo voy a ir ahí porque yo necesito casa.
30 años, 0 interés.
Wow.
Ellos te prestan el entre. So,
0 interés, eso me gusta a mí.
I know, of course, everybody loves that. 0 interest.
You guys, that's crazy.
I know. Y nosotros, we're the number one. We are actually the number one office in the state of Washington for this program.
Los Tri-Cities tienen el número 1 en todo Washington. So no se pueden perder nada.
That's right.
So the Perez Team, what do you guys see yourself in like a year from now? Like I know you guys are looking into maybe sponsoring the barber camp for kids, which is a lot of, good community work. There might be some other things that you guys got going on, but I know you'd be doing a lot of giving back yourself and your team.
Right now we're sponsoring an event for that gives back to the Cancer Society here in the Tri-Cities because I've been affected by cancer. And we were doing an event, Madison Rosenbaum and Friends, Madison Evangelista and Friends, and that's going to be here at Café Con Arte on May the 10th.
May 10th. Come on, you guys write that down.
My cousin, Paulina Perez from Eat Hot Tamales is going to be there. She's donating some tamales. There's going to be some folk dancing. Café Con Arte is and Ice Harbor is donating some beer. So there's going to be a big event. We're really excited about that, but we're sponsoring a portion of that event. Where do we see myself in a year? I mean, I don't.
Are you looking to grow your team, or do you have enough guys?
I'm not looking to grow. So once we grow someone, we kick them in the ass and send them on their way.
Right.
I've got a kid that the first one that I started with on my team, little Americano, love him to death. He was a waiter, a server at a local popular restaurant here in town. Now the boy is on his own. He's doing his own thing, and I absolutely love him, adore the kid. He's a genius as well, but he's off on his own. I brought that kid. That kid, I'm not joking. This is not a joke. That kid comes into my office at least 3 times a week. Comes in and says, "Hey, big dog," gives me a hug, tells me he loves me, and he thanks me for where he's at today.
That's beautiful.
3 times a week. I love that kid. And I rarely see him. It's 3 times a week. He'll pop in and say hello. I love you. Thank you. And he's out.
Right.
So what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, we're out golfing. Or we're out doing this, or we're out, helping some people with a loan or whatever. But that's what we do. So would I like to? Yeah, I'd love to grow the team. But once we grow the team, we want you out. Like, get out, do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Have your own team?
Yeah, have your own team. You know what I'm saying?
So
would
is
jump
this,
on Team Enriquez here, pretty soon.
so he's gonna have your own
Absolutely.
su
That's
propio
my goal.
equipo.
That's my goal is to get this one to where he's got that team of 4 or 5, 6 people, his own office. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's the same thing for me. When I get barbers in here, I feed them clients. I want to see them be great. So then, and if they run this shop, just like if they run your business, like if theirs is theirs, then they're gonna be ready to run it when it's theirs. You know what I mean? Same thing with this.
That's what I was telling this one, like McDonald's.
Great. Come on.
You get yourself a partner, let them run the place, and you make half the money. Absolutely. Why not? Raise them up. Raise them up to do what you want. Raise them up to do what you do.
Right.
But that's absolutely correct.
And that's what life is about. You know what I mean? It's really like motivating each other.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's what makes you feeling good. When you're driving home at the end of the day.
That's it.
Right, giving your 100% to everybody you meet. Sometimes you meet 2 people, sometimes you meet 5, sometimes it may be 30, and that's when you get worn out, right?
Yeah.
But the next day it's not gonna be 30; it's gonna be might be 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Funny, yeah,
So you need to chill out and know and just give them your best energy, even if you have an 8, even if you are going through a lot of emotions, a lot of personal problems. And he has an 8, and he's still out here talking to you guys.
I'm gonna take this out to somebody right now. No, I'm just joking. I'm gonna eat it myself. But I really appreciate this today. I've been dying. That burrito was.
I got the dip right here too. If you want to dip it, like your taco.
No. Hey, don't. I'll spill it like
Yeah.
this wine. And shit.
I was just saying.
Dying over here with the wine. But anyways, I appreciate it. But it's been, this is great. I appreciate what you're doing, Johnny. I really do. I see that you opened up multiple shops. I see that your kids camp, your adults camp. You know what I'm saying? So that is honestly what you have to do. I'm telling you. I don't know who brought you to this point.
My sisters. Shout out to my sister Norma, my mom, my sister Samantha. That's my sister. Yeah.
I know Norma.
Yeah, she's the one that put me on, and my sister.
What was the shop? We were trying to figure out what the shop was called.
Nena's.
No, after Nena's.
Court Street Barbershop. Nena's Court Street Barbershop.
No, something else. They called it something else afterwards. What's it called now?
Well, now it's called On Point Barbershop.
On Point. There you go. I was trying to tell these guys. I was like, yeah, it's something else, but that's the thing though. You have had people, help you.
Right.
They don't give you a handout. They give you a hand up.
Right. And that's what I try to do with people is give them a hand up.
And that's all we gotta do is, the person you have in front of you, you gotta give them a hand up, because that's the person you're running into that day. You don't have Mr. Wonderful over there that you really want to help out, but you have that person. That's Mr. Wonderful right there. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna give you. I won't give you money.
Right.
I won't give you money, but I'll give you a job.
And advice and encouragement.
Absolutely.
So where does the Perez team see himself, like, let's say 5 years from now?
Oh my goodness! I hope that.
Where's Carmel? Like,
I pray that
we'll see him with his own team.
Oh yeah. This guy's got his own team already by then. I'm hoping 5 to 10 elbows strong. The crazy part is this last year, when the market took a dip, interest rates got really really high. There were a lot of lenders in town who closed their doors. Even like Umpqua, for an example.
So what happened to you? Like, did that something that took a hit on you?
No. I mean, I've been in sales for 3 decades. I'm a salesman.
So you weren't scared?
No, and because of all these community service, community events, people know who you are, Johnny. They're gonna come to you. They trust you. If they trust you, if they know you, they trust you. They're gonna come to you. And then when you're doing, 10, 20 loans, and all those people are like, well, shit. My next door neighbor wants to buy a house, or my brother, or my mother and father, or my daughter, or my sister, or my cousins. And they're like, hey, you know what? We got a loan from Carmel. It was super easy. Call him right now. Wow. And even today, I had 3 people text me, no kidding, hey, I got your information from a friend of mine, blah, blah, blah. And believe me, one of the people who texted me today got my information from somebody that I couldn't even get a loan for. Out of town.
So
those people even respected the fact that I tried, that I put them on the path, and they said, hey, go, get with this guy, he'll help you.
The word of mouth.
I did help him, and I'm helping him. You know what I'm saying?
And none of these people would refer you if your customer wasn't service. I mean, your customer service wasn't on point.
It wasn't on point, and that's what it is. Yeah,
that's what
you have to genuinely love people, want to help people, want to be with people. That's the thing. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. If you and they can tell the fakeness.
Yeah.
They can tell the fakeness.
Oh, yeah.
If you really want to help them, if you really care about them, and you want to help them, they will do business with you. You know what I'm saying? They trust you.
Right.
You know,
That's
it's
what
a
it comes
family
down
thing.
to right there. The
Yeah.
Perez Team is trust, right?
It is.
You guys are building that trust with the community,
Absolutely, and we hope so.
right?
We hope so, anyways.
Because you guys have been
We
in
hope
business
so.
for how long, the Perez Team?
Well, I started doing home loans actually right at the pandemic in 2020.
So that's when the Perez.
That's the Perez
So you
Team.
guys been established for 4 years.
Yeah,
4
yeah,
years.
here in town, yeah.
4 años ya en equipo de Perez Team.
Yeah.
But it's not even that, you know, it's like we have 4 years too, so we have like 20 years experience with our branch manager Mark Manta, other people that are in the crew, you know, so they're just really knowledgeable.
That's the one thing. No es que nosotros sabemos todo. Es que tenemos gente que trabajamos con ellos. Y ellos han estado haciendo esto por 25 años. And they know what they're doing.
So,
You know, so
you guys are
cuando yo
really,
tengo un problema, you know, our processors, our loan managers have been doing this way longer than me, way longer than Christian. If I have a problem, I can go to them. They fix it. Whatever. Let's keep going. You know. But it's not really. I tell you people, it's not about us. It's not about us. It's this support system that we have that will get
That makes
to
us
the
great.
finish line.
That makes us great.
Right.
We can't do
Feedback.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're just the face. We're just the face. Those back end people, if we can't do it, we couldn't do it without them. We couldn't. There's no way. There's no way.
I mean, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes too. You know, it's not just. I mean, we're a salesperson, you know, like that, and try to get as much information out there to the borrower at first. But then when it comes to everything like the structuring of the loan, making sure everything's right, make sure we got the right documents, right questions are asked and answered. You know, then we have our team, our back end team, our loan managers, loan processors to thank because they're the ones that are like extremely knowledgeable of everything that goes behind the scenes. You know, I mean, we know the upfront guidelines and everything to get you processed and let's go. And they're the ones that say, hey, you know what, you need this, this, and this to get them to the finish line.
Oh, we just lost one of our gals, one of our people who've been there for 17 years.
So,
Doing his home loans. She was
where'd she go to?
an encyclopedia of knowledge. I cried all weekend. Her last day was Friday. I was crying all
You're like,
weekend.
how could I be her? Like, could I replace her?
Like, no, please, you know. So you know, it's stuff like that, people like that. You know what I'm saying? That support us. We couldn't do it without their help. We couldn't. Gratefully, we have more people that have been with the company for a long time and are very knowledgeable in what they do.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, let me see, if you guys want to get a home loan, necesitan agarrar una casa, el Perez Team en español, inglés, español, they both speak Spanish, o los dos hablan español, inglés. And honestly, I want to give a shout out to Eli Cash for coming out for the podcast. I want to give a shout out to Picante for the amazing food. What did you think first time? 10 out of 10, huh?
Finally!
Yeah.
I'm like, finally, I got some picante.
There's a lot more
And I'm like,
than that.
damn, that burrito was delicious. Like, I haven't even had the rest, but I'm like, waiting for the camera to cut off so I can, like, get down. You know what I'm saying? It was delicious. Picante was really good. I would tell everybody, if you guys haven't tried picante, get out here in downtown Kennewick and come and try them because they are delicious. It's really good.
Delicious. And
Yeah.
we do a lot of giving back. This I think this is the third, fourth time that they're giving me free food, over $100 worth of free food.
Wow.
You know, so make sure
Yeah,
that we eat.
Oh,
You know,
I'll be there. Trust me.
Hey, they got the best tasting food, best sazon in town. I'm telling you, Picante is the place to go. Great family place, great music, great vibes, and great customer service.
Yeah.
Too. I know you guys love that.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. And Chris, I want to thank Christian for coming.
Yeah.
He came
Thank
all the way
you
from
for
Prosser.
inviting us.
No, I appreciate
Yeah.
you having me.
He runs our Prosser office down in the Lower Valley.
We're excited, you know, maybe in a year from now we could do a podcast on him and we could
Fantastic.
talk about his team.
Hopefully.
And
Yeah.
see him
Yeah.
grow, right? You know what I mean?
You know, I would love
That's
that.
what we want to see, right?
Yeah,
and we're gonna do
Growth.
follow-ups on all these, you know, the different podcasts that we've done, and to see if there's any growth and they got a story to tell. We're here to listen to it and support. You know, that's what it's all about. You know,
Yeah.
creating this platform so you guys can tell your story, and we can find out all these amazing stories. And these hitty
There's a ton
stories,
of them, I'm
right?
telling you, yeah.
Because we all hide emotions, we all
We
hide
do.
stories that
Absolutely.
we wish we could tell, and so that's why we're creating this channel, is for this platform, so you guys can come out here and feel free to just let it be known, you know, because one day we're here and tomorrow we just may never know. So we gotta make every day count, and if you got a story to tell that can motivate other people, inspire other people, and move other people to be great, that's what we want to see, right?
Hey, from the cotton fields to right here.
Hey, come on. So make sure you follow the Perez Team right here. They're locked in. Make sure you follow Eli Cash, Life is Memories, our boy Ray, follow Picante, BarberLife Studio, Hey, on YouTube. Let's go. Follow.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
We out.
We out.
Yeah.